Greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about supernumerary teeth. These are little extra teeth that people have form in their mouth, and this patient had a whole bunch of these little teeth that just were developing around his other teeth. And we had to go in and get those or get an old surgeon, somebody to remove them. Just a real nice young man, and his dad was a real nice guy, and we'd sit and talk about this area. So let me get in here and show you what this is. Neat kid. He just really was a good patient, and I just did everything we tried to get him to. And he had a real problem with a crowded situation, just extremely crowded. And we went in and we got some teeth. His bicuspid's out. I think I'll check on down the line. And he had these supernumerary teeth in there. And I'll show you that in just a minute when we get to his x-rays. And you'll see the teeth that we had. Let's see, I think I had something tied on to this one up here, pulling that thing out, getting it down where we could get to it. Now we opened the gap and just did regular orthodontics on everything, except we extracted some teeth on him. Now here is the x-ray that I wanted to really show you. These are very small teeth. You see them down here on the bottom. And you see that if you look at real close, you'll see this tooth forming down here on the bottom. There's teeth forming right in here. And he had a supernumerary tooth, I believe, up above, coming down between one of these areas. So we were extremely crowded. He has his wisdom teeth and everything, which his jaw did not grow big enough for the wisdom teeth, so we're going to eventually end up getting them out. So let's get on through the x-rays. And here is a close-up, and you can see these teeth forming right in here underneath there. So in order to get to this tooth here, we took the second bicuspid out and then had it pulled out in that fashion. So we took the second bi up above also. So here they did the same thing on the other side of the mouth, and we took the second bi up above and down below. And now we had this follicular movement. This tooth is going to move over in this area, and we make room for the cuspid tooth to come in here. This is a lateral, and the centrals and everything were big, and they took a supernumerary tooth in here, or pulling that tooth down in place. And you just never know what you're going to run into in this. And he was age 9 almost, age 12 almost 13. This is 1999, and so we go in and we remove those teeth. I pull that lateral in. That's where that gold chain, or the old surgeon must have hooked this up here, and we pull that lateral in, move the second bi back. Now we're going to line these up, and he got up till he was age 13, and he didn't have near enough room for the wisdom teeth to come in. So we took the wisdom teeth and the bicuspids out on this young man. And he had large teeth. You can see how broad those teeth are in there. And they filled up this space, but we had eliminate teeth, the wisdom teeth, and the second bicuspids came out too. So now I want to show you the profile. If I left it as left us alone, he'd have been so crowded and so full-faced up here. Now, we talked with him about leaving his fullness in here, but he didn't want that. Neither did his parents that were with us. Now here he is, 17 and something, and he's through growing, and there's not enough room for the wisdom teeth, so we have taken them out. But look how large his centrals are and his laterals. And these, finishing him up, the teeth were shaded. I've got a bad picture of this. Actually, they're white, and I just took this and I couldn't make the picture over, so that shows that fashion. And he's nice, and his teeth are lined up real good in a class 1 relation. And now you can see this retainer we put in, holding them in place. And this is '03. This is several years after we got out. '03 again, '03, and we put a bonded retainer on the bottom down here to hold this in place. Now I want you to look at the young man's facial structure. It looks an ideal facial structure, but he's more of a Caucasian type facial structure with the African teeth. And you see his teeth are broad, but they fit in there. And you look at, now this is a kind of a solemn picture right here, but here he is smiling. Just the nicest guy you ever run into, and his family is too. And I was hoping he'd go into dentistry, and maybe he did. I lost contact with him, but he finished up with a beautiful set of teeth. But I've never seen anybody with that many supernumerary teeth like that. And so I really appreciate working on him. And so I'll say goodbye, and I hope you'll see something in here you can use and sign up, and I'm going to say goodbye and close out here. Thank you a lot.